Hi everyone, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's give everybody a minute to log on. If you are just joining us, please go ahead, say hello, let me know you're there so that you can hear me okay. I'm very excited because it is a Jewelry Party Wednesday and I am here showing off our latest collection. So for those of you who are joining us for the first time, I am Veronica Stout. I'm the founder of Vintage Meet Modern Jewelry and Styling, and if you've ever had a look at our page or our feed, you see that we've got all kinds of incredible vintage jewelry that has been sourced from all over the world. And every piece that we have is out of production and can't easily be sourced again. And also all the pieces that we have are always intended to be able to be worn very easily with your modern clothes and your modern life. So these are all distinctive pieces that can very easily elevate your style and help you look and feel your best. Thank you so much for joining us. We're gonna have a great time tonight. I'm very excited to be showing you off the pieces that we have here. This is your opportunity to maybe learn a little bit more about vintage jewelry if you have never ever collected it. If you're always on the hunt for something new and exciting because you are a serious jewelry collector and enthusiast and you love it. We have got some rare pieces tonight that are some great finds. And as always, my goal is to help you look and feel your best. So I see that we've got Anne joining us. We've got J-Hobbs joining us. We've got Leanne is joining us. So here, the other cool thing is that if you tuned in last week and you did your homework, which was you went to the Vintage Meet Modern website and you posted a link to what your favorite item was, you got your name entered into a drawing for a $25 gift card for Vintage Meet Modern. And guess what? Because it was our first week doing it, I'm doing it again tonight. So listen for the question of the day, and I am going to be giving away another $25 gift card code to VMM, and I will announce it during next week's show. But we're gonna wait until the end to see who is our big winner tonight, and I hope that you will sit back, relax, and enjoy all the gorgeous pieces that we have to show for you. This was part of our Colorful Women collection, and it was our first sort of collection that also celebrated the color red for love. We know that Valentine's Day is now going to be less than a month away, so we've got lots of gorgeous pieces. Plus, I really do want everybody to be able to celebrate the joy of jewelry together. Thank you. I'm so glad. We've got a lot of people saying that they love jewelry. So let's start off by asking everybody a question tonight. Please tell me, what is your favorite type of jewelry that you wear every day? So are you a ring girl? Are you a necklace girl? Are you a brooch girl? Bracelet? You tell me what your favorite type of jewelry is to wear every day. We're gonna have a great time, and maybe you might even see something that you like. So, all right, so we've got tons of fun. My tray is pretty stacked because I'm live both on Instagram and Facebook. Can't use the overhead camera, but I will be telling you that all of the pieces that we have are on the website. If you click down under the collections button, you will see that there is a drop down for the January 12th collection, which is the collection that was released on Sunday night. The collection on Sunday night moved pretty quickly. I will say that. The collection on Sunday night moved really quickly, but we had a lot of beautiful pieces. And just like I tell everybody else, if you had read my blog post earlier this week, yes, don't forget Mardi Gras, beads, of course. We've got all kinds of fun things that are going on and that are coming up too. In Chicago, it's getting to be fundraiser and ball season here also. So lots of vintage pretties headed out. And one of my clients had recently reminded me that since we're going back into the 20s, many balls, charity events, fundraisers, the theme is actually Art Deco. So if you are a fan of authentic Art Deco jewelry, now would be a great time to treat yourself to something. So speaking of that, let's kick off the evening right away. I'm going to talk about this gorgeous piece. So this is the first piece I'm showing you tonight. This is this gorgeous vintage Art Deco bracelet. So this gorgeous piece is set with little bezels, and it also has a very elaborate elaborate back. If you can see, it actually looks like it's got a crimping sort of detail to it, or it's got sort of a cupcake style that's with it. All of the little links are individually linked together. It does have a nice articulation and movement that goes along with it. It is an authentic Art Deco piece, and it is from Austria, and it's from the 1920s, 1930s era. The crystal is all hand-cut, high-quality crystal, and it's all beautifully set within these little tiny silver prongs. The chain that's even on it and is got just a little bit of a push-in clasp on it. Fits a small, medium wrist most comfortably, I would say. And it does have a little bit of, like I said, a push-in. And once you do put it in, push the clasp in. I'm not gonna put it on myself because I know that I'll struggle to be able to take it off on my own. And we all know that for those of you who have tuned in before, my worst fear is always getting it stuck on myself and then like basically having to call all the reinforcements of my family here to help try to take it off. So this one has got a nice infinity style to it, so you can't really see where the clasp is when it's going on and going off, and it's a real secure clasp. So you know, you really gotta push this one in and pull this one out in order to get this one moving. So it is a really nice piece. It is, like I said, from the Czech Austria era. It is an authentic 1920s piece, and for those of you who are looking for something just to be able to wear with a little bit of everything, this is that piece. It is a beautiful piece to be able to wear literally with whatever kind of jewelry that you have. Hi Amalia, how are you? It's nice to see you. So we've got this gorgeous piece. This is the first one. I know that Ms. Leanne has put the link up to that one. So if you're looking for the link to that one, you can always grab it in the comments, or you can click above, or you can go right to the Vintage Meet Modern website. And now why don't I start talking about the pieces that I actually have on. So I have got the large 20mm bubble bead earrings in the faux pearl. And what I do absolutely love about these are they look like they're heavy. They are super lightweight. They're like light as air, like they're hollow, and so they're not solid, but they're a hollow, large bubble bead. And so for those of you who like those big 1950s earrings, this is a perfect example of it. But as you can see, it's a very high-end faux pearl because it goes beautifully with the faux pearl and diamante paisley brooch that I have on. So we've been talking a lot about different ways to be able to wear brooches, and obviously we are in the thick of winter here in January. In the Midwest, we haven't had a really, really deep freeze yet. Oh, I'm so glad you were able to tune in tonight. That makes me thrilled. I'm glad to see. So this one is the pearl paisley brooch with the diamante rhinestones. And so we've been talking a lot about your transitional wardrobes. And this one is a great piece, again, to be able to wear in a variety of different styles. So as you can see, I have on the pale pink sweater today. And instead of being able to place it off to the side, I've placed it in the center sort of pendant style, which is something that I really, really, truly love to do. I think that for those of you who don't necessarily always want to be able to wear a necklace, it's nice to still be able to have something to adorn in the center of your sweater or your blouse. Another tip and trick that I like to give is that when you get these nice larger size brooches, that if you are a fan of wearing twin sets, it's really easy to be able to button just the top button of your twin set for your cardigan and then stick the brooch across it there. Many times when you've got the buttons going on, you don't necessarily want to wear a necklace, so this is a nice way of being able to adorn and wear a beautiful brooch in place of it. So this gorgeous brooch has got the faux pearls, the diamante rhinestones, and that it's set in a paisley style. It does have a very Jacqueline Kennedy or a very classic 1950s, 1960s old Hollywood glamour feel to it. It also absolutely looks striking and gorgeous against black. So this is a very beautiful piece. This one is available as part of our latest collection. The large bubble bead earrings, I think, are the perfect combination of being oversized and statement style with still having a preppy classic twist to them. So whether you're the type of girl who likes wearing plaid with a classic blazer, sort of the houndstooth check style, a Brooks Brothers or a Talbot shopper, or if you like something that's kind of punchy and fun like Lily Pulitzer, or if you even like something that is just more tailored and more classic, like very casual and like nice comfortable sweaters from J. Crew, you can definitely pull this off. But then if you like that haute couture style and you like Chanel, these are also got that very Chanel vibe to them too. A lot of different things that you would be able to do this with, but like I said, what I love about them is they are literally light as air. So those are the earrings that we have that go with this brooch, but we also have got a lovely pair of earrings that have sort of the starburst or sort of crown style. So this features the faux pearl, and this has got the diamante rhinestones going around it. This is a pierced earring. And this one's got the classic with the pearl with just a hint of the sparkle as well. This one brings out sort of the rhinestone styling in it, and this is a nice piece to be able to wear with your fine jewelry too. So these I'm a huge fan of because you can obviously do a lot of different things with them, and you can mix a lot of other pieces with them. And then for those of you who are always craving being able to find a pierced earring, it's easy to find a pierced earring since normally most of the time we have clips. So I do really like these as well. Those are also brand new. And then let's talk about some of the pieces that you could easily pull off with all of them. So I'm gonna take this brooch off, but the paisley brooch is definitely a fabulous one. Definitely one to take a closer look at online. And definitely one that you can really feel very good about mixing and matching with all of the jewelry that you have. It's a nice size and shape. It does have puddling on the back of it as well. So that signifies of a Deliza and Elster or of a Juliana. So it's a nicer, higher quality piece as well. So this is a super fun one. Really easy to elevate your look by adding a brooch. Next week, I'm actually doing a case study on brooches. And I'll be very excited to share my report and my findings with all of you. Now I'm gonna plop on, we've got this vintage Kramer Diamante rhinestone brooch, which is sort of your traditional Art Deco style. And this is just a lovely little splash of rhinestones and sparkle. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's obviously an easy one again, that if you like wearing brooches centered like I do in place of wearing a necklace instead, this is another great piece. But this is another one that's also very easily to be able to put up on his shoulder. And again, we're in the thick of winter. We're wearing our coats, we're wearing our jackets. For those of you who have maybe a classic black wool coat, or maybe you've got like a fun colored jacket, this is a pretty piece to be able to add a little bit of sparkle to your coat. I always remind people that you're stuck with your coat all winter long, so why not change the look of your coat over and over again by popping on a brooch also. Again, it's another great conversation starter as well. So many people when they wear a brooch always say, I get so many compliments on it. So this beautiful piece is great because it'll mix very nicely with your other classic rhinestone jewelry, but this one is also perfect because you can wear it with your fine jewelry as well too. So if you're a diamond stud type of girl, this one is a really fun one. It also goes really nicely with several of the other pieces that we have. So we've got a vintage Lisner bracelet, and this one is nice because it's a bangle. It's a hinged bangle too, so it's very comfortable and very easy to put on. It's a 1950s piece, and it's got really very nice detailings to it. It's got both emerald cut and then round sort of brilliant cut. And then of course the nice thing is that the materials with the rhinestones being set the way they are go across the top. And then the back of it is open. So you don't have to worry about banging the stones against the table or against where you're working. This one's got a nice hinge that opens and closes it. And it also, in addition to that, has got a safety hinge on it too. So I always love how when people tell me that, well, they always say that, it was a better designer even back then when they put the safety chains on the bracelet. And I agree with that. Lisner is another one of those companies that has just got really great attention to detail, and their pieces are very collectible too. Very nice workmanship on the inside of this one as well also. All of that metal that you see that's been layered across the top of it is all being joined with little rivets behind the back of it too. And all of the plating is in excellent condition also. This is a rhodium plated over a silver metal. And as you can see, it goes really nice with any of the classic sort of rhinestone pieces that you have as well. So you can pop this on with a rhinestone earring. You can pop this on with a couple of the other brooches that we have tonight. So we'll talk sort of about the clear diamante ones and the pieces they're set in the rhodium tone. Now we're gonna talk a little bit about this sweet little coral butterfly. Don't forget, that goes really nicely with that classic Art Deco bracelet that we had in the very beginning too. So this is a coral butterfly. It's also a nice heavily rhodium plated silver piece. And then it's got a nice combination of baguette channel set accenting on the wings. It's got two teeny tiny little green pieces that are with it, and then the rest of it is all clear. And then of course it's got the paste sort of paved style across it. This is a super glittery, gorgeous little piece that we have, and it goes very nicely with some of the other pieces that we have, including the Lisner bracelet, and it goes of course also really nicely with the Art Deco piece. So this is another fun one to be able to just adorn on your coat. We have a lot of butterfly collectors. I know that that is true. You know, butterflies are so symbolic for so many different things in life, transformations, talking about, you know, overcoming obstacles, because the butterfly is another one of those beautiful things that changes from the caterpillar to the butterfly, but also the butterfly is a sign of overcoming obstacles for things because it's got those little lightweight wings. But then of course, butterflies are always just beautiful and enchanting to be able to watch out in nature. Lots of our bugs and bees and butterfly brooches are always very popular. And who doesn't also, like I said, need to be able to want to pop a little something like this on your coat? It's always super fun to be able to add just a little bit of splash of whimsy. And of course, the fun part about brooches, oh, that's exciting that you said that you collect them too. We have a lot of collectors for little butterfly brooches and of all different sizes. So this is a nice one. It's a nice one to be able to layer up with other pieces. If you like being able to wear like kind of collage style or like large groupings of brooches together on your jean jacket or your coat, this is a fun one. And then of course it's nice because it is a signed piece. So we've got a lovely Coro piece. We've got this lovely Kramer New York piece, which has just got such beautiful Art Deco styling to it. Just gorgeous, nice, big, large stones. And now we're gonna talk about the other piece that I loved. So earlier this week, I turned out my other video as well as my blog post where I counted down my 10 favorite pieces from this week's collection. And this is one of my top 10. This gorgeous brooch is all hand beaded Aurora Borealis. It has a slight domed styling to it, and it's very nice. It's got a layer around that are going around, and then it's got some center facing beads. It's got a larger bead in the front, and then if you look really, really closely, right here at the top, there's all these little dotted prong set stones that really, really make this piece unique. It's got gorgeous three-dimensional qualities to it. And of course, it's iridescent, so it's the classic Aurora Borealis style to it. So being that, it literally matches anything that you put with it. And it really does have sort of a magical quality to it. It's another one that's great because it is a medallion style. So the medallion styles are perfect to be able, again, to be able to wear at the center. Of course, looks great off to the side. Another great one to be able to put with your coat. But I think what I like about this one, again, is that iridescent quality, but it's also fun because it's got a great pair of statement earrings that match it. So I mentioned this a little bit earlier, if you caught my other live, where I was talking about how that in the past, it was really considered to be quite decadent, and it was always sort of a symbol of elegance and being able to have something that other people didn't have if you had all the pieces of a set for something. So when we think about some of the shows that we might love and that we might enjoy watching, like Mrs. Maisel, if we talk a little bit about you know, some of the other pieces that we have and some of the other shows that we're talking about, like Mad Men, a lot of times something that is really special and unique about what draws us in is that the fact that the characters' outfits are so detailed. And many times it's because they have all of the matching pieces of jewelry on. So I love when I'm trying to remind people that one of the special things that you can achieve by collecting vintage costume jewelry is acquire the whole set. It's a little bit like being able to get to mix and match then all of your great pieces together, because you can wear the earrings and the necklace together for a really dynamic standout set. But then of course you can always just wear the earrings on their own, or just wear the brooches on your own, or mix it with other pieces. So it's a really easy way to be able to get a lot of bang for your buck. So this gorgeous brooch and the matching earrings are in my top 10. I don't usually wear my hair up, so for those of you who are seeing my hair up tonight, you can tell right away that these are a very standout, fantastic statement earring. Just absolutely gorgeous, and boy, do they sparkle. So for those of you who love sparkling earrings, these are an absolute treat. Very, very pretty. So let's pause for a moment. And so why is my hair up today? It has been a very busy day here. I'd love for you all to congratulate my daughter, Victoria, who her JV dance team tonight got #1 for conference for their division. For those of you who follow me behind the scenes, you know that we have 3 children and that we have very active children. So we appreciate you supporting small businesses because we support small businesses too, as well as we live in a beautiful, vibrant community, and I feel very lucky that my children get to participate in after-school activities and such. But it's been a really, really long season, and they had a bit of a Cinderella season and a lot of struggles along the way, a lot of tears. The girls always held together as a team, but they certainly had a lot of disappointments. They had things that got marked off for technicalities that they never even knew existed. So it was really wonderful because they went from like 3rd place at like competition at the very beginning of the season to 2nd place to 1st place, and then getting 1st place again today for their conference. So it was an exciting way to end the season. But believe it or not, I went and I did all that, and then I came here to be with all of you. So it has been a super fun day, but that would explain why my hair is up, because it's been a lot of running around today. So let's talk a little bit about brooches now. Now that you have heard all about my daughter and her dance team, the next up we have is this gorgeous milk glass brooch, which features the milk glass stones in both sort of a cushioned rectangular, it has a marquee style, a little bit of cat's eye moon glow, and they also have got a little hint of aurora borealis. Yes, thank you, Michelle. Yes, they really are amazing dancers. One of the other girls who's on my team, who we were chatting right before we just came on here, she said, "Did you tape it?" And I said, "No, because all of the girls together do a head flip. And I'm so nervous when I'm watching them do these head flips, and then there's a bunch of aerial cartwheels, and then there's a regular set of cartwheels, and then there's a bunch of triple turns. You just kind of sit on your hands the entire time while you're watching them, because you don't want anybody to become distracted. So I kind of hold my breath. So I did not tape it tonight, but they're beautiful. And yes, I do cry every time she dances. So let's talk about this brooch, which is not worth crying over, it's worth celebrating over. So we've got this gorgeous brooch with the pink and the white, and obviously I'm a huge fan. And how fantastic are these earrings? Again, I don't wear my hair up very often, so this is a neat treat to be able to say all the statement earrings are gonna look really fantastic tonight, because if you wear your hair up, you can see how easily you can literally go from running on empty to feeling like the relaxed glam girl just by popping on an earring. So we've got these gorgeous milk glass and aurora borealis earrings, and they also complement the milk glass and the aurora borealis in this brooch. That's not to say that you couldn't wear this with other classic aurora borealis jewelry or other classic milk glass jewelry. These two do just go together very nicely. And it's a married set, so they're not actually probably from the same designer. This is a nice higher end designer though. This has got a very unique clip that's on the back of it with also a hole in it. So this may actually even be like an unsigned Shriner. So this is a really, really nice piece. It's got the nice sort of shape that's going up the ear. It's not an ear crawler, but it is a nice statement size. And then of course we've got this gorgeous brooch, and I'm wearing it as the center, but it would easily be able to wear this in a variety of different ways too. So you know that I'm always telling you, when they say, oh, the brooch is back, the brooch never ever went away. But I am excited next week. Like I said, I'm running my own little test, so I can't wait to share my results with you all about brooches. So we do have this lovely brooch. It's a nice size, nice shape. It's a little bit close to about 2 inches by 2 inches. And for those of you who also love pink, and we got lots of people talking about how much they love pink, we've got this piece, and it's a very, very nice one, and I love the pink detailing on it. It'll be perfect for Valentine's Day, I promise. And then for those of you who, like I said, if you're having a long day, if you're dragging, I'm always telling people one of the best things that you can do for yourselves is treat yourself to a nice statement earring, because you can really go from feeling like just to as easy as putting on a pair of earrings. So often, like I said, you could also, if you met me on the street and we were to do one of those tests where they would say, what's in your purse? We would dump it out. We'd find a lot of kid stuff. We'd find a lot of pens, a lot of notebooks and journals, because I'm always scribbling in them too. But we would find a lot of clip earrings also, because one of my tricks as being a busy woman and being a busy mom on the go is to just frequently change my jewelry and frequently pop on a pair of statement earrings, because it's that easy. Now, of course, this white pair with the milk glass has a lot going for it. Obviously, it's white, and so it has this bright pop of elegance, and it's going to go with whatever you put it with. So whether you're a pastel wearer, if you wear cool tones, warm tones, this always is a great sort of style to pop in when you're looking for classic other pieces. The other thing is, this is actual milk glass. So when you look at the white jewelry that you find today, and I'm not saying anything critical, but when you do buy jewelry at places like Ann Taylor or at J. Crew, or if you any of the even higher designers, they're using pieces that are more either synthetic, or they're using pieces that are a lucite or a plastic. These are actual glass cabochons. So the very high quality, nice sheen and luster, and then it's got the accent of the aurora borealis, so you get just the right hint of sparkle. So these are a gorgeous, very well-made earrings. You have to think about it in terms of, if these are from the 1950s and we're here today in 2020 and these look good at being 70 years of age, I hope I look as good as my earrings do when I turn 70. So as always, and then we'll just say before we move on to our next statement pair of earrings, you know, I don't like to brag, but just to let you know, my earrings from high school still fit. So it's true. The jewelry always fits. So it's so fun, and you can do so much with just a couple pairs of unique ones that nobody else has, and you'll always receive tons of compliments too. So we have got those perfect pair. Let's talk a little bit about, we've got some beautiful, really, really pretty reds. We'll talk a little bit about these gorgeous coral earrings now, because these lovely little coral earrings match several other pieces that we have. So this has got this beautiful sort of starred design, and then it's got a gold filigree finish to it. Lots of little cut work like detailing, so it looks a little bit like lace. Beautiful colors. It's got that radiant red and that royal purple color combination, which is also a really nice color combination that you're seeing in a lot of different places. I love all these unique color blocking combinations, and I also think that we're probably going to see more of them with the red carpet season coming up. We saw pink and red together. We've seen red and purple together. We saw a lot of yellow and blue, a lot of contrasting colors that are going together, but sort of in color blocking styles. So these are a perfect way to be able to achieve that style in your accessories without necessarily wearing them with your clothes. But this is also a very elegant color combination. So for those of you who do like wearing patterned blouses, dresses, dark florals are still trending, this is a lovely way to accent the colors and the patterns that you may be having in your own closet or are planning to add to your own wardrobe soon. So what pieces would I put with these earrings if I wanted to layer up? Because remember, the other thing is, here at Vintage Meet Modern, every piece has to be able to be worn with at least 3 other pieces and has to be able to complement your wardrobe at least 3 different ways. So cherry, amber, bakelite. Go look it up. That's what I see. That's what I am seeing to people yesterday. So Caitlin and Leanne are both the women that work very hard behind the scenes here, and we were asking some questions and talking about bakelite. We don't really get a lot of bakelite here at Vintage Meet Modern. The story behind the lovely bakelite necklaces that we have is that we worked with an estate that was mother and daughter collectors, and they were serious collectors, like in the 50s and the 60s. So before these pieces were even vintage, they were just jewelry collectors. And so when bakelite fell out of fashion because they stopped making bakelite, these mother and daughters collected a bunch of pieces all together. Very rare for us to be able to acquire 3 strands of this quality all at the same time. One of them is a little bit older, and the unique part about that one being older is that this one actually has a hidden infinity clasp that is inside of it. So this one is layered up really nicely. Yes, and the cherry amber is really a beautiful color. As you can see, so why do they call it the cherry juice amber? Just by even holding it up to the light with me, this one actually takes on a little bit of a darker tone. This one takes on a little bit more of an ambery or an orange tone. This one does not have a clasp. This one is just an over the head one. These look great layered together. They look great by themselves. This one is nice because it hits us a 20-inch, but both of them are nice because they look really nice with the red and the purple earrings. Yes, thank you. I love those ruby reds. Such rich, elegant colors. I couldn't agree with you more. It is very rich, very elegant, and this style is actually just a very flattering style on just about anyone. The simplicity of the graduated beads, but also the faceted lucite, or it's bakelite, the faceted bakelite really catches the light whenever you can wear it in different directions. So this one actually is a 1940s one, the shorter one. It has a teeny tiny little clasp on it. Okay, everybody, we can breathe a sign of relief. I was able to get it off on my own. Like I said, that's always my fear. And I'm going to be yelling for Mr. Vintage Meet Modern or one of the girls to come on over and help me get this one off. So this one is the shorter length one and it is very, very lovely. Very nice facets and also just very deep, radiant red color. But it does flash just a hint of orange and a hint of amber as well. And it looks great with other red rhinestone pieces. And this even looks very elegant and polished with black. So we've got a lot of nice pieces this week. This one is also nice. This one's also got a little bit, the beads are strung a little bit tighter. And this one is the one that has the hidden infinity clasp. 2 of the 3 are 20 inches. And you see just a hint of the variation in color. One of them is like a deeper, like more of a cherry cola, and one of them has just a little bit more of a cherry amber. And then we've got the 20-inch one too, which is great. So we have got those lovely, fantastic pieces. And then speaking of reds, if you're looking for something a little bit smaller, we're going smaller now. We have a classic red rhinestone brooch that also pulls out the red rhinestone and the purple. Yes, the bakelite looks juicy. It does look juicy. That's why it's cherry juice. It's really, they're very juicy, very beautiful, very luscious. And the color is very vibrant as well. And it's wonderful. I see that our very lovely, we've got our lovely Deborah Morgan on here. If you have followed me along also, I spend a lot of time also talking to other bloggers, other stylists. We all kind of talk about things and what people are wearing and what people aren't wearing. And one of the things that we do talk about that recently came up was colors that you shy away from, or colors that maybe in the past you shied away from because you didn't think you looked good in them. And red was actually a color that I didn't wear for years. I mean, years. And recently, within the last few years, I started wearing more red, actually when my husband started complimenting me when I was wearing it. And so I started wearing more red, and now red has sort of become one of my more signature colors. But red is a really great, vibrant color. It's a super fun one. It's a very easy one to be able to wear year round. And it's another one that's also very easy to be able to mix with other colors. So I like being able to mix both your reds and your pinks together, but red also always looks classic with black, and red also even looks classic with your blues too. So there's so many different things that you can be able to do. We do have this very nice, lovely red rhinestone pinwheel brooch, and it does pick up sort of the same pinwheel medallion style that you see in the Coro earrings, and it brings out the red that you see in the earrings more in the purple. So those are lovely little additions that we have to this week's collection too. I hope that you're enjoying this week's collection. We've got lots of gorgeous pieces. Excuse me while I take a sip of water. That's what happens in Chicago when it gets cold here. Then all of a sudden, everybody has the heat's on all the time, so you get dry very easily. So we also have got another really great long necklace. We're going to talk about both of those other gorgeous long necklaces that we have this week too. We've got 2 that are left. The other Art Deco one that we had sold and is off to a new home. And the difference between this is that this is 1920s Art Deco faceted crystal. These are round, heavy beads. This one on this side is an Aurora Borealis finish. So this is a 1950s piece. piece. For those of you who want something that goes with everything, this is a gorgeous necklace. Ooh, I love this one so much. It really has that 1920s, 1930s Art Deco glamour to it. And this check crystal, the way that this one is fastened, now I can't talk. Now the way that this one is faceted has just got the most lovely details with the beads. And these are real rock crystal beads. So these are gorgeous. This is the longer strand that we have, the classic one. The other one sold. This one we have that's available. And then we also have one that's got an Aurora Borealis finish on it too. And the Aurora Borealis hangs a little bit longer. So I was talking a little bit, I know I'm really loving the longer necklaces also. Well, you know why I love the longer necklaces. I have started to binge watch all over again Downton Abbey, because once I saw the movie, I loved Downton Abbey. Not that I didn't love it all over again. I actually don't really watch that much TV, but I'm enjoying watching Downton Abbey all over again because I am loving studying the jewelry again. And of course, many of the times the characters, especially the women, wear the long beaded necklaces, and it just looks so chic and so effortless and so easy. And so I love these pieces. This is just a gorgeous necklace, and then we've got the Aurora Borealis finish one too. So really easy to be able to wear them with whatever you want, as well as really easy to be able to wear them layered up. I know we have a couple girls who are on here who love to layer up the necklaces. I know Ron does a layer, or like me. So these are both clear, and of course what the benefit of that is, when you've got a really great, amazing clear necklace, it goes with everything. Okay, we're gonna finish up with the pinks, and then we're gonna talk about the golds, because we've got some gorgeous gold pieces too. We've got these very lovely, these are the little guilloche rose earrings with the little diamante pieces. These lovely earrings are just sweet, little dainty, feminine, nice to be able to wear a pair of flowers even during the winter months. And of course that guilloche etching technique is actually one that we don't see very often, and so when we do get them, they're very popular and they're very collectible. So this is a nice 1950s earring, and it's got just the perfect amount of rhinestones to be able to wear with other pieces, or just a great small statement earrings on their own. So for example, you could very easily be able to pop this on if you want to bring out the pink in the earrings with the pink in the brooch. And I love being, of course, able to wear the pink on top of the pink. Really, really easy to be able to do that. And then of course you can always wear the pink with other pink pieces. So we've got this gorgeous coin pearl set. So this is a faux coin pearl and pink rhinestone bracelet in a dark antiqued silver patina. So this has got a patina that is with the metal, and then it's got these lovely stones that are in the pink, and also has a hint of Aurora Borealis. Now normally when we find pieces like this, the coin pearls are a little bit dinged up. These are still in lustrous, perfect form. And they also have got a very nice shade of pink as well. Really, really beautiful. Yeah, you just have to love long beads. I've gotten them caught and broke before. Yes, I have too. Well, I have a son. You've all met Mr. Michael. He was rough on me as a toddler. So there was a long period of time where I only wore charm bracelets. And speaking of being a mother and talking about that, that's one of the reasons why I wear clip earrings. I don't have any problems with my lobes, but I mean, I certainly always rest assured that when my children were tugging on me, the best part about wearing a pair of clip earrings was knowing that they weren't going to do any damage to my lobes. It also was always a really great, easy way, like I said, when I was busy and running around with the children and everything, it's always been very easy to pop on a pair of earrings to put together a really easy pulled together list. This is the beautiful necklace that just happens to match that beautiful bracelet that I just showed you. So that's actually a two-piece set. The earrings have already sold, but for those of you who like being able to wear higher-end vintage costume jewelry pieces, this is a fantastic piece. Yes, this is a very lovely bracelet. The necklace is not too shabby though either. The necklace is a gorgeous piece. The pearls, like I said, again, we usually find this in either there's some nacre wear to the center of the pearls, none here. So this one also has got this lovely, just the perfect drop right in the center. so you can't help but feel like a princess when you put this one on. But even, this is a great vintage piece. Just wear with your, a denim chambray blouse with the collar popped up, maybe then with a pleated skirt and sort of a pastel or a shimmer color. This is a great one to be able to wear with just a black classic scoop neck, and then maybe tucked into a pair of pants, then with some heels. This is a great piece to be able to wear with maybe a light gray or a heather gray V-neck cashmere sweater, pair of black cigarette capri style pants, and then maybe a bright hot pink heeled shoe to go with it. So this is a very, very lovely piece. Of course, we've got the matching bracelet that goes along with it too. And there's several pairs of earrings and some other pretty little pink pieces that you can wear with this beautiful set as well. Very, very pretty. And this one also, again, has that darkened patinaed silver to it. It doesn't have the rhodium plating. It has more of an antique tone to it. But I would fathom that this would be a great piece to also just wear with other colors in general, because this also has the addition of the Aurora Borealis. This would be a fun one to actually put that pink and red combination together. So for those of you who also like the red and the pink together, love that. Okay, 1 or 2 brooches to go and a beautiful ring, and then we move on to golds. We have got a gorgeous, speaking of pink and Aurora Borealis, we have got a really nice pink Aurora Borealis rhinestone dome ring. And what's nice about this one is, one, it's sort of a kapow ring. I know several other people online refer to the big statement rings as the kapow rings. So we've got this gorgeous, sparkling 1950s cocktail ring that is just ready for you to be able to celebrate you being your best you. So whether you're toasting yourself with a cup of coffee or a glass of tea or the finest champagne, this is a very pretty cocktail ring to do that with. So this one is a fabulous piece. It's got a little bit of a domed setting to it. It's also adjustable, which that makes this one super fun. And it's got just a simple, clean silver back to it. This one goes really nicely with a lot of the other pieces that we're showing you tonight too. So if you like layering up with other pinks and other shades of things, this piece also will lend itself very well to some of the brooches that we've already shown you. And this one will also lend itself very well to some of the earrings too. So speaking of that, you could also put this one very easily with this very pretty Karu brooch, which is also another lovely one. So this one is sort of a round medallion style. And again, this is another one that's really easy to be able to wear at the center. This one flashes both an alexandrite, a deeper purple, and then like a lighter pinky purple Aurora Borealis. Tons of sparkle with this one. Doesn't this one feel like very fairy-like? I love this piece. So this is the round medallion style one, and it's also got, like I said, a pinky and a purple undertone to it. It's a super fun piece. It's a nice piece. It's also made in, the East Coast and was handmade here in the US. So this one is a nice piece. It's a nice higher quality piece, easy to be able to wear in a variety of different locations, and it's also lightweight too, so you don't have to worry about it dragging your sweater down, but lots of sparkle with this one. Such a pretty, pretty sparkle. Like I find it so relaxing actually to stare at the sparkles, don't you? And last but not least, before we move away from our pastels and our pinks, we've got this nice lavender amethyst. Did I say amethyst lavender or lavender amethyst? This is a lighter lavender, a lighter amethyst, beautiful brooch. It's got a heavy, nice gold plating that's with it. It's a nice size, it's a nice shape. Again, it's a nice sort of squared one. This one actually even looks pretty at the top of the neckline as well too. And this one has got that color changing stone to it. So if you put it with the pinks, it looks a little bit more pink. If you put it with the purples, it looks a little more purple. It's just a gorgeous, fun piece that we have. And so this one's a really great one too. So we're kind of winding out. Those are all of the colored pieces that we have this week. Those are some of your traditional rhinestone pieces. But don't you fret yet. We have got some gorgeous golds that are here. So if you've been holding out, waiting for pieces to wear with sort of your very classic styles, I've got those coming up as well too. So we've got lots of fun pieces. Let's all take a moment to appreciate all of those beautiful sparkles that we had, and then let's talk about the gorgeous gold pieces that we have here too. So if you followed along, again, I wrote a blog post. I did a video a little bit earlier in the week. If you want to check those out, you can check the links out that are over on the Vintage Meet Modern website. But we did have a lot of beautiful Damascene jewelry this week. And I talked a little bit about the reason why I love Damascene jewelry is because it has a higher end artistic quality to it. Damascene jewelry is from a technique of layering, and so we've got all kinds of beautiful colors, and some of these pieces are etched away with both your black and your gold and your silver. And I also really like that the higher quality Damascene jewelry goes very nicely with your fine jewelry. So if you've got classic gold bracelets, if you've got some gold hoop earrings, these are easy pieces to be able to mix with your fine jewelry and really pull off that more eclectic look and feel. The other thing I like about it is that it does have, because of the design, a more artistic feel to it. So if you prefer pieces that are of an artisan origin, or if you prefer pieces that have more of a bohemian chic style to them, these are fun pieces to mix if you like those kinds of style of clothing. And then, of course, it goes always very nicely with classic black as too. You know, that classic black and gold is always so popular here at Vintage Meet Modern. So we've got a couple gorgeous bracelets. We have this one that features birds and then flowers and then sort of floral design that's sort of. Also, I really like the pieces that have sort of the different sort of geometric shapes too. So this one is fun because this one's got the round links that make it unique. But we also have got one that has a square link with the inlay of the onyx in this one. And then this one sort of has these like little pyramid styled links that go with it too. Personally, these are another ones that are fun that if you're like a bracelet stacker, these are super fun to be able to wear a whole bunch of them all together. And again, really easy to be able to pull out that more bohemian chic or that more gypsy look where you can just layer up a whole bunch of pieces together. So we've got this bracelet and then we've also got this bracelet. And then we have a third one too. And then this one is absolutely my favorite because this one features the shell. So this one has got this gorgeous shell design. All the little links are individually cast. And then it's just got such nice details with the etching and the geometric design. We've got a little bit of some squirrels. We've got a little bit of the raised panels. We've got the addition of the silver, the gold, the black, just very dynamic styling and very easy to, again, to be able to wear things. This piece is very, very well made and it also sits very comfortably on the wrist. So this one is nice. It also has a couple little companion sort of pieces that go with it. And all of these pieces are really great if you are like that classic jeans and a white shirt, khakis and a white shirt. If you like wearing something sort of like in a tunic style linen, like these are all beautiful pieces to wear very easily with sort of just modern and whether it's a more neutral style or a more bohemian style. But you could really, really go with more simplistic and more mod pieces too. So if you're somebody that really likes just very streamlined A-line, if you like wearing larger blouses and flowy type pieces, these are all great pieces to mix in with your solid colors as well too. We also have got some lovely pieces that go along with the Damascene bracelets. We've got a very beautiful flower, which features some little faux pearl accents too. The reason why I love, oh, Anne here says the headlight rhinestone bracelet and the Damascene shell bracelet are in my dreams. They're in my dreams too, Anne, don't worry. I'm dreaming about them also. I'm dreaming, sorry about that over there. I'm dreaming about all the beautiful shell pieces and I'm dreaming about all of the etching and the fact that you can wear all of these with gold and silver and mixed media style pieces too. So we've got this lovely little flower brooch. This is a nice addition to being able to stack up and layer. We also have got a very nice pair of earrings that feature sort of this crusted plume style. I love this with the shell bracelet. Again, if you looked at my blog post with my top 10, manifest it. Make those dreams come true. That's what I say every night before I go to bed. And I tell my children too. I said that last night with Victoria with her getting ready for her dance competition. I said, you have to see it. I said, you have to visualize yourself already having it and already winning. So trust me, I completely understand. So these little Damascene earrings though are really, really sweet. They're a nice size, nice scale. I know we talked a lot about statement earrings tonight, but for those of you who like
little bit more taste, a little bit more refined size, I guess you could say. These are very nice, and I guess you could probably wear them in either direction. You could wear them with the swirls going into your face, or you can wear the swirls going out of your face. Sort of would be dependent on your face shape and how you'd like them to frame your face when you're wearing them. But this is another reason why I like these little damascene pieces, is they're not just a high quality, they're very comfortable, very easy to wear too. So for those of you who love being able to wear classic pieces, I know sometimes people mention with the rhinestone pieces, they feel they need to be a little more delicate and a little bit more mindful of when they're wearing them. The damascene pieces, they have the classic, and they're a little bit more solid, I guess you could say, because they don't have all the additions of the rhinestones. So these are definitely pieces that you can feel really comfortable wearing every day. We also got some lovely brooches that sort of go along with it that have an artistic quality too. We've got this large gold swan brooch with a little bit of the gold beading on it. This one also goes very nicely with the damascene jewelry. And then we've also got a nice little mid-century modern swan that has more of a texture to it, but he has got a little bit of additions of some little rhinestones going along his body too. So for those of you who love the classic swans, these are perfect pieces also. You know, I mentioned earlier that my daughter is a ballerina and she's a dancer. Of course, Swan Lake, that's a big deal. But I also like to point out that swans make very nice gifts for people who are either going through school or are working towards education and things like that, since the swan can also be a symbol of transformation. So that's another nice one to be able to think about for those of you who like being able to gift unique, thoughtful gifts. That's a fun one too. So I talked a little bit about our damascene jewelry. I talked a lot about the pink and the purple. The damascene pieces flew out of here. We had a really cool dragon, gone. We had a really cool little bird brooch, gone. We've got the earrings, and then we've got the bracelets that are left, and I don't think that they will be here for very long either. I feel like, you know, they're just too great. They're just too nice of being able to be sort of jewelry box essentials, that they're going to go so nicely with other pieces that you have, and then you're going to wear them on repeat. These are looking up for new homes, and I'm sure they're going to be out of here very soon also. So let's talk about that just quickly. Everything that you see tonight, and we've had lots of beautiful pieces that we've shown you, like we've shown you those gorgeous cherry amber bakelite beads. We showed you that nice large tray with all of the gorgeous crystals and the rhinestones on it. We do put out a collection every week on Sunday nights. Actually, we do it more like 3 times a month because we know how busy everybody gets. And everything we have is one of a kind, authentic vintage, and once it's gone, it's gone. Our chances of getting it again are kind of slim. So if you see something that you love, grab it. Remember, I told you my own cautionary tale this week about how in the matter of 2 minutes, I turned around and then the Hobei necklace that I wanted to add to my own personal collection was just poof, gone. For real. That fast. And then when I went home, and I don't normally beat myself up over it, I Googled the necklace to find out that it was going for over 670 American dollars on a Parisian French resale site. Live and learn. But I don't want that to happen for you. But what I do mean is that the perfect piece goes to the perfect person. So that is how we're gonna wrap up tonight before we do our drawing. Remember, like I said, for all of those who are tuning in tonight, the important thing for you to do is head on over to the website, and I wanna see, because I've been talking so much about brooches, what your favorite brooch is that we have at Vintage Meet Modern. So that's your homework. If you want to be entered in the drawing next week for $25 off of a purchase at Vintage Meet Modern, or a $25 gift card, which is what we're giving away, go on over to the Vintage Meet Modern website. You've got between now and the time that I do my show again next week, and tell me which is your favorite brooch. And the reason being is because, like I said, I have a brooch experiment going next week. It's not actually with customers, but I have a little bit of a brooch homework assignment that I'm working on, and I can't wait to give you the results of my findings. I think you're gonna kind of find it to be fun too, because this has actually been in response to, I guess I could say, I got a customer mailbag type letter of somebody asking me something about where you can find brooches. And so we had this nice little discussion about it. And so now I'm on the move to make that happen. Oh my goodness, look who's here. Say good evening. Can you wave hello to everybody? Mr. Michael is here. He's getting ready to take a bath, and we're going to be signing off for the evening, but he would love to be able to pull the drawing of our $25 gift card from last week. Mr. Michael, how are you doing? How was your math homework?
Fine.
Fine. What are you reading in school right now?
I forgot.
You forgot. Tell us one thing that you did today. What did you do today that was fun? Yeah, you get to see yourself on all kinds of screens. All right, Mr. Michael, go ahead. The ladies are anxiously waiting. They want to find out who is going to win this $25 gift card. Dun, 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 dun.
Just wait a minute. There's only a couple people.
I know, that's the reason. There's going to be a very good chance for those of them who showed up last week. Okay. Go ahead. Who do we have here?
Alicia.
Oh, our good friend Alicia Middaw, you are our winner of the $25 gift card to Vintage Meet Modern. Please message us at help@vintagemeetmodern.com and we will set you up with your gift card so that you can spend $25 at Vintage Meet Modern. Now, for those of you who want to be able to win $25 next week here, thank you, my friend. Isn't he the sweetest? We're just going to keep him little forever, right? That's the deal. He's just going to stay little forever. For all of you moms and all of you friends who are out there who watch him tune in each week, he's just going to stay little. Alicia, you are your winner. For those of you who want to win next week and get your name entered into the drawing, it's really, really super easy. You go to the website and you tell me here in the comments which is your favorite brooch at vintagemeetmodern.com. And like I said, that's because I'm doing some brooch homework for a project that I'm going to reveal to you next week, where we'll be talking more about brooches. Like I said, my customer letters and my customer fan bag of things that have been coming out. This came up in conversation with another customer. So I'm on a hunt now to be able to solve this problem, or I guess because problems have solutions. And what problem can't be solved with vintage jewelry? I don't know. It's like Marie Forleo's. Everything is figure outable. We'll figure out how to make it work with a really, really great vintage jewelry. So yeah, so just go ahead and let that know. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, actually the question that had been submitted to me, I don't want to reveal what it is yet because I want to be able to do the homework. If you have any fun questions that you want to submit to me, please go ahead and submit them because it's kind of fun, sort of like podcast or video show style or anything like that. From the reader or the viewer mailbag, we'd like to know about what some of your dressing dilemmas are, your vintage jewelry dilemmas are, your how to wear things dilemmas, because this was a really good question. So, and it really was. And it was very pertinent to what we are wearing and where we're going and how we wear jewelry now and why we can't find some things when we need them. So it was a lot of fun. So I want to thank all of you who tuned in this evening. I'm sorry if I seem a little more frazzled than I normally did. Like I said, we came off this big high of having my daughter win first place. And we've also been running around, but I would never miss an opportunity to spend time with all of you. If you have any questions about the collection, I know the lovely Leanne has spent this evening dropping links to all the pieces here. So if you have got specific questions and you were watching along or catching the replay, you can always find the links in the comments. If not, the direct link above has a link to this week's collection, and this week's collection is selling out. So thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule. I enjoyed getting to spend time with all of you this evening. It was an absolute blast. I'm going to look forward to seeing you again next week. And as always, take time to celebrate your inner sparkle so you can truly let your personal style shine. because when you like the way you look and you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you do good. And I know that the women that tune in here, as well as talk about Vintage Meet Modern, really do make the world a more beautiful place. So blessings and good health and great sparkles to all of you. We're going to see each other all again real soon. And everybody take care and have a great night. Thanks for another amazing Jewelry Party Wednesday. And I will see you all again real soon. Bye.